I was with Phil, February 22nd, Tucson Museum with JasonNez. And Jason, tell us about the pot.
Yeah, so we have pottery that comes into places like this from a lot of places, and we don't realize that it's more than just an ornament. It's more than just an object. It's actually telling us a story. And as a native person, it tells us a story of ourselves and who we are, because we can look back in time and we can hear that story from this pot. This is our ancestors talking to us. When we look at this pot, we see these lines going up and down, and those are divisions in fields. And we look at these lines that come out a little bit, and those are grid gardens. And then we look at the little squares with the dots in it, and that's people putting one seed in the middle of the grid garden. And that's one of the only ways you can farm in these dry areas. So far into the future, when we got to look back and learn how to survive again, if we know these stories, if we know how to interpret rock art and pottery designs, we can learn how to survive again as it becomes harder. And I'm a farmer, I'm a hunter, and that's what I see when I look at these things. I'm a potter, I can make these pots, I can find the materials, I can grind up the sherds, I can grind up the beeweed plant to make that paint, and I can fire it black on white. So I like to think I'm pretty good at hearing that story.
So you might explain what grinding up the shards is about.
So what we do is we mix the clay with temper. So when you have clay is just a bunch of plates and it comes apart. But then when you add sand is round and the clay sticks on it. But sand is round, so it comes off. But pottery sherds are angular, so it grabs on it in all these different ways and it doesn't come apart. So it can handle hotter temperatures, it can handle a lot more use, and it's just stronger. And that's just the technology we developed to make pottery over thousands of years.
So it's not just recycling to be ecological, it actually works.
Yeah, it's functional.
Right. And you were talking about the markings here on the side of the pot here.
On the other side, you could see
Let's walk over there.
the line from the puki. And the puki is like this big, usually a broken vessel or a basket, and that's how they start their pot. So when the pot is wet, it'll just collapse. But if you give it a shape and it holds it and it dries and eventually it's firm enough that it can handle its own weight, and you can just add coils. And it looks like the pot came up there and there was a seam, and that's where the water was coming out.
No, but this would be coil?
Yeah, this is coiled and scraped.
Oh, you were talking about the ochre that was used on this.
Yeah, this ochre is probably from way down the canyon over toward, there's an ochre source down there. And that's where a lot of people would go down to get their paint and get their ochre for their pottery too.
Did you say 60 miles away?
It's a ways down.
It's a long distance.
Yeah, it's not easy to get to.
So it wasn't something just somebody, oh, there's a rock behind me, grind it up. This is somebody made a real effort to get that color.
There's red rock around here, but I think that people really like the rock from down canyon, so they go out and get it.
And what's your job here?
I'm an archaeologist here in the park.
In Grand Canyon?
Yeah.
All right. Very good. JasonNez?
Seasonal archaeologist.
Season. What's your name in Navajo?
There's what people call me, which is
your nickname.
Husking Bahikish, which is the man with the spotted horse. All right. That's how people know me.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a name in Cherokee, but I have a name in Cherokee.
Yeah.
Okay.
A Husking Bahikish is like, that guy, he has a horse, or his horse is spotted, because I have a real nice black and white horse. So.
Very good. All right. Thank you.